Today I messed up by getting myself shipwrecked off the coast of an island in Southeast Asia. This happened this afternoon. I'm a foreigner living in the Philippines, been here about a year, and a bunch of neighbors invited me to go fishing with them. Turns out by fishing they meant drinking and barbecuing at the beach, which was awesome anyway. Now don't imagine a fancy resort or anything, it's pretty close to where I live, but it's just a really small little village on the beach, little wooden shacks and fishermen and many little boats, people drying out seaweed in front of their houses, etc. We drink all day, from 10 a.m. till about 4 p.m. At some point, around 4-ish, one of the local village dudes who had joined us tells us he has a small net out in the water and he wants to go pull it up. Of course he asks the Americano if I want to do it, because I thought we were going fishing. Anyway, I'm like, hell yeah bro. Now there's another dude with us, one of my neighbors who also wants to go get the net, and cause we're buddies and his English is pretty good we decide to go together. Neither of us have done this before, but the waters here are super chilled. It's like waist-high water with no waves. You can literally go like 300 feet out and the water is only chest-high at most. So off we go. We're looking for a set of blue buoy. We have one scrappy oar and tiny little boat. Dude, this thing is like 8 foot long, 2 foot wide at the widest point. We're only bringing it to put the net and fish inside. We get about 400 feet out, we're pushing the boat, wading in water when my buddy mentions to me that he actually can't swim, water is getting a little deep, chest high, and he's getting a little scared. I'm like, oh dude, alright, you get in the boat, paddle, and I'll walk or swim alongside. It's good to remember that we're both very drunk, giggling the whole time, joking about how we're fishermen now. Yeah, I've been fishing these waters since I was just a boy, and putting my ear in the water and telling him how many fish I hear and whatnot. Great times. Giggling all the way. Turns out, we had passed our set of buoy ages ago, like, we've overshot 300 feet already. The only buoy I see are miles away. At least 800, maybe 900 more feet. The whole adventure seems like a lot of work and the fun starts to dissipate. We're actually pretty far out now. The ground disappears. It gets deep, quickly, and we're like, I don't know, like 1,000 feet out from the shore, and the water is cold and I'm wondering about sharks and stuff, swimming alongside our little yacht. I don't know what happens dude, but very quickly things take a turn. The sky is getting dark, there's rain a few miles away, coming over the mountains towards us. We're the only people out in the waters at this point, and the goddamn boat just falls apart. The canoe piece comes apart from the side pieces, rolls over and sinks. I can't keep it upright, it's filled with water, and then I remember my buddy can't swim. He's trying to keep his head above water, trying to hold on to the side piece, which is like a big piece of bamboo. I'm holding on to the bamboo piece with one hand and also trying to keep this villager dude's boat from sinking, so I got the canoe piece in the other hand. It's heavy and cumbersome. Dude, very quickly I realize this is serious. This guy can't swim. It's 400 feet of very deep water, until we can sort of stand, and even then it's another 600 feet of head or neck high water and there's not a soul in sight. We float along, I'm trying to keep him calm, telling him to just hold on to the bamboo, just relax, someone will see us, etc. But it's also getting dark, clouds, heavy Southeast Asian rain is coming. We float into a serious netting area, there's wires and ropes everywhere around your feet in the darkness below, and other than it being terrifying, it's dangerous. My arms and legs are getting tangled, I'm struggling, my buddy is getting tangled, it is going south quick. Tabang means help in Bisaya, lol, and luckily for us at that moment an engine noise appears and we scream for help. A guy pulls up in a much bigger, homemade boat, and he's got a bottle of rum in his hand and he's like, "Unsa man? What's wrong?" He gets us aboard, loads our little ass boat onto his boat, and in the style of, "Well, there's your problem right there," he announces that our boat is too small. Anyway, we're safe, the net is still out there, the owner of the boat thought it was hilarious, we'll get it fixed. Too long. Didn't read. Went drinking at a fishing village, offered to pull up a fisherman's net, along with a guy who can't swim, went way too deep and broke the boat, floated for an hour, almost died, didn't die. Today I messed up by waking up in middle of nightmare. A couple years ago, I had a nightmare. A real bad one. One of the kind that sticks in your mind for quite some time after you've woken up. It was some time after Casino Royale came out. You know, the one with the torture scene in which Daniel Craig is tied to a chair while naked. My nightmare was more or less this exact situation. So there I was, naked and tied with arms and legs to a chair. My torturer was using all kinds of methods to make me tell him some secret. Heat, cold, beating me, electric shocks, you name it. But nothing worked. I didn't break. I could see the frustration in the man's eyes and then the little sparkle when you know somebody has had a sinister idea. With great speed, he grabs hold of my balls, and with a vice-like grip starts to squeeze. I panic. This shock is enough to push me over the edge to being awake. The last fragment I remember from the dream is that with a great effort of strength I managed to break loose with one arm from the ropes holding me to the chair. Unfortunately, I haven't yet registered it as a dream, and in my newly awoken state I have a bit of a hard time realizing what is real and what is not. The only thing I know is that somebody has my balls in their hand, crushing them, and that hand has got to go away, right now. Sadly, the fine motor skills after a rough wake-up is not entirely up to par. Also, the fact that there is nothing to slow down my hand racing towards my scrotum makes the impact even worse. I smack myself, right in the balls, with quite some force. As I lie there groaning from the impact, the realization dawns on me, it was just a dream. I lie a little while in the bed, too hurt to move, feeling stupid and embarrassed. After some time I get out of bed. There's just no way to go back to sleep after this. Too long. Didn't read. Had nightmare, woke up in the middle, smacked my own balls.